Hello and welcome once again to Kerbal Space Ram. Before I start with today's plainly reviewing plane-like things, I'd like to bring your attention once again to the fact that I have two polls, one about what games I should make videos of, and another about what type of KSP videos specifically I should make. And those have gotten a lot of answers, but I'd like them to get some more, because the more answers I have from you people, the more I know what you actually want. Anyhow, let's go back to the plane reviewing. So today is part 2 of reviewing Monev 44's or Monev Gaming's submissions, and I'm hoping to do 3 more today. However, there is the slight problem that one of them has locked or invalid parts, and this is a sandbox save, meaning it must have a mod part on it. I'm guessing it's Kerbal Engineer, just because I notice Kerbal Engineer has a habit of... I don't know, it's just weird. I keep running into Kerbal Engineer showing up where it really shouldn't have, so... that's why I think it's Kerbal Engineer. Anyhow, this is the Float Plane Penetrators, which is kind of a weird name. I'm guessing the penetrators part is because it has these missiles on it that I imagine do a good amount of penetration and damage. And then the float plane is kind of obvious. It does have intake landing gear, so I'm guessing it can land on the water, or at least it's supposed to. Looks good. This guy knows how to design planes. Let's give it a fly. Alright, here we are. Throttling up, speeding up. There's a red light. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, that is clever. Okay, so there's this mod called Aviation Lights, which gives you red and green little blinker lights and whatnot, and some other, I think a blue one and a white one as well. And basically the idea is so that you can put aviation lights on your planes like how you're supposed to if you're in real life. What he's done here is he's taken the fact that you can modify the colors of lights, and he's made one on the right that's green and one on the left that's red, and so this side of the plane has some green lighting and the other side has some red lighting. That's really nice. I'm gonna go try to fire one of these missiles into the VAB or something, and we're gonna see how they aim. Okay, there we go, into the SPH. Oops, that one I fired too high. And that is how not to land. However, that is how to take out the SPH. Yep, I'd say that went well. So unfortunately these missiles are not building destructible capable, but I imagine they can do quite a bit of damage to other things, given the chance. Right now we're going to test the water landing capability at full speed. No, not full speed, because that we already know. Full speed, attempting to land in the water at full speed would be a terrible idea. So I'm going to get us to slow down as much as I can while doing tricks that I shouldn't do at this low of an altitude in case I can't pull up. Like right now. Like right now. Like I really need to pull up, but I can't. Oh, never mind. It's gonna be fine. Alright, let's let it bleed off a little more speed. Oops, and accidentally come in for a landing now. Well, looks like the landing gear have survived, the structural plates have survived, and the, what are they called? The intakes have survived, so the landing in water worked well. And that was at 70 meters per second too, so that's pretty good. Alright, let's try taking off now, because in order to be a good water plane, you have to be able to take off as well as you have to be able to land. And there we go. I think this is the smoothest stock KSP watercraft I've ever seen. Because, you know, some people have made them well, but this one I think has ejectable pylons. I just noticed that. I had to do that right then because I noticed that. But this one, very nice. I like the way it flies. It's not the most maneuverable thing, of course, but it doesn't have to be. It's pretty nice to fly. It looks pretty nice, and it works really well. Also, my throat is trying to kill me slightly, as you might have noticed. So yes, let's just crash this into something, and by crash this into something, I really mean land it. But, you know, landing, crashing, same thing if you're a Kerbal, sometimes. Depends on the Kerbal, really. but I'm going to accidentally hit the ground, but be okay. And there we go. Yep. Smooth as... I forgot that when you click and hold on it, it doesn't do anything. That's only when you let go of the button that it actually changes. So I was just clicking and holding on the brakes and wondering why they weren't deploying. In other case, I was trying to use the brakes click like a button, because I'm smart. And finally, we have the what? Appropriately named. This is... I love this, because I'm imagining it's going to actually fly. But it just looks ridiculous and terrible and everything, and oh my god, this is going to be fun. Alright, here we are with our 6 landing... yeah, no, 5 landing gear. And an assortment of wing pieces placed in various locations across the vessel. I think this was also designed before the latest update because it has some things that are slightly out of place from how they should be. It has science capability, which is interesting. It actually has this whole like science pod over on the left. So we can pretend that this design was intentional to promote sciencing by having the science pod all the way on the left. Like it reduces chance of contamination from other things. Yeah, let's pretend like that's why this is designed this way. And the controls are also backwards, which is going to be a little interesting, to say the least, since the cockpit is backwards. Oh geez, oh geez, oh geez, oh geez. Controls being backwards is not my friend. Okay, hold on. I got this. I got this. I'm imagining there's a command probe somewhere on here that I can control from here. But then again, maybe not. Maybe you just have to fly it backwards. Because science. Is this the only fuel tank? Oh, yeah, there's fuel in there a little bit. And then there's this fuel tank. And then there's a little bit of fuel in here. And that's about it. This is probably also designed... Well, like I said, it was... I forget exactly when they added fuel to these. So maybe this was designed with that in mind. Maybe it was not. I don't know. Oops, that's the wrong button. But yeah, anyhow... Let's go ahead and rotate it around, hopefully not crashing horribly, and I'll go ahead and take it in for a landing. It doesn't like to roll very much, I can see. Oh no, oh no. That's not good. Okay. That's not good. Oh, that's really not good. Jebediah, you're gonna die, but good luck. Basically, the lesson we've learned here is you can design your planes however crazily you want, as long as the cockpit faces forward, or you have something that faces forward so that you can control it properly. Thanks for watching, and as always, this was really you know what? No, I'm gonna do another thing. Here we have the X9001 by Clan Crimson Scorpion. At least that's how the email says his name. I'm not sure if he told me a different name to use or not. I'm also slightly annoyed with him already because he's clipping intakes into each other, which just looks horrible because of Z fighting. Look at the just ignore it, ignore the fact that the wing is obviously inside the intake as well. Ignore it. So let's see, I'm imagining this is supposed to go very high and very fast because it has the clipped intakes like that. But anyhow, well, not anyhow. Why did I say that? Oh god, the return of the anyhows. Also, I just noticed the control fin placement is very strange on this device, this plane device. Anyhow, I need to stop saying anyhow. That's a problem that I have. I've always had. It's gotten better, and then today, it's gotten worse. But anyhow, time to fly this thing up, high, into space, and see how well it does with time warp, which is actually pretty good. It's doing just fine with time warp. Which is good, because that allows me to review things quicker, and makes it so I don't have to come up with things to say while I'm talking about it. Okay, we should not be going at this high of a ascent of climb this high up. Oh geez, oh my god, it's slightly losing control. Probably mostly because of the way I decided to come up here, using time warp. Whee! Alright, 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 alright. Oh, I don't have SAS on. That would probably assist in trying to fly it properly. Well, I guess we're doing a zoom climb then, since I accidentally put us on that kind of a trajectory. And I'm also cutting down the throttle on the engines because I can tell they're about to give way. But as long as we don't have a flame out, we can keep going. We're probably going to have a flame out really soon, though. Oh, we switched to orbital velocity. This thing can probably, with the help of an EVA pack, or just adding a little bit of RCS to it, could probably get into space. Oh, does it have RCS thrusters on it? If it does, this thing could probably get into orbit. I don't see any evidence of RCS on it, though. Other than the fact that it has the fuel inside, and I forgot to raise the landing gear. Let's pretend I didn't do that. How high are we still gonna go? Just another few kilometers, and then we'll start dropping back down. But yeah, this thing can go very high, very fast, because it's very small, 2 engines, 2 high atmosphere engines, and like 7 or 8 clipped into each other. No, actually, it's like, I think it's 3 in here. It looks like there's 3 intakes clipped in. Maybe 4, maybe 5. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell with the Z fighting, but I can see at least 1, 2. I can see at least 4 distinct intakes in here. There might be a 5th one. And then, of course, there's 2 on each side, so, you know. It's either 8 or 10. Or more if there's more that I can't see. Oh geez, oh geez. Did I just like lose control? Oh no. I just had my fingers on the wrong buttons, so I started going crazy. But yes, let's time warp this. Because I want to get down already. Alright, we're starting to have the area where we can have engines on again. I'm going to speed this up. I'm going to come in fast, hot, and hard. Okay. Here goes. How fast can we go? About 1757.2. 1757.2, I believe it was, before we started slowing down. Now I'm going to pull as hard as I can to get it to slow down even more. And give us pretty burning effects from inside. How you feeling today? Not on fire. Really? Cause we're kind of on fire. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I see your point. We're not anymore. Oops, I clicked outside the window. That was smart of me. There we go. Now I have control again. Herp-a-derp. Will it turn in time before we hit the ground? Tune in next time. Right now. Next time is right now. I like the slightly confused super speed effects. Super speed? Yeah, Mach effects on the intakes. Because they were slightly confused by the number of intakes clipped in there, it looked like. It was neat. Yeah, other than the fact that there's Z fighting because of multiple clipped intakes, I like this design. I think what I would do if I was making this design is what I do with those intakes is I would use the like tweakable thing that they have. I don't know if they're calling it tweakables or not, whatever. The new thing where you can change the intakes, which wasn't around when this was created, mind you, because this is older, because I'm still catching up with things created in the previous KSP version. I should probably turn off the thruster at this point, and my voice is going again. Yeah, so the shit... Damn it! I clicked the EVA button just a little too late. But what I was going to say is that with the new tweakable things, that of course you didn't have access to at the beginning of this, what I'd do with this design is adjust the the up and down levels, and maybe even out a little bit on each of these, so that you don't have the Z fighting. Instead, you have a slightly bulkier, strange-looking intake, which would actually possibly look really cool, depending on how you did it. Anyhow, that's all for this time. This video is probably coming out a little late today, because I actually am recording it today before it's supposed to go up. Thanks for watching. As always, see you in space. Whoops, I accidentally saved it. It's missing a KZ thrust plate. Whatever that is.